Hello. Today we will discuss the implementation of chat server using UDP. So in UDP implementation, we use datagram sockets instead of sockets or server socket in TCP. So Java package.net, it provides datagram socket as well as datagram packet for packetizing the data as well as sending and receiving these data packets across. The datagram sockets can be used to both send and receive packets over the internet. So there are several examples where UDP is preferred over TCP. So that is the live coverage of TV channels. So where we want to transmit as many frames to live audience as possible, not worrying about the loss of 1 or 2 frames. TCP being a reliable protocol and its own overhead while transmission. So there are other areas where UDP is preferred is online multiplayer gaming, and there are several other cases where UDP and TCP they got blend to be used in certain critical areas, critical applications where data can be sent over TCP and some other data which are not so relevant can be sent through UDP protocol. So here first of all we can create the datagram socket. So for creating the datagram socket, first a datagram socket object is created to carry the packet to the destination and to receive it whenever the server sends any data. So this can be done through the constructor public datagram socket throws socket exception. The exception is socket exception. So it creates a datagram socket and binds it to any available port on LocalVision. If this constructor is used, the OS would assign any port to this socket. So we can bind that port number here. So the syntax is public datagram socket port number throws socket exception. So the parameters are port to which socket is to be bound, and the other one is throws socket exception. If the socket cannot be bound to the specific local port, then socket exception would be raised. Otherwise it creates a datagram socket and binds to the specified port on the local machine. So otherwise it would have been incorporating the INET address along with the port number. So it also throws the local socket exception. So it creates a datagram socket and binds it to the port and IP address. So the next important step is the creation of datagram packets. So in this step, a packet for sending or receiving data via datagram socket is created. So the constructor goes like datagram packet, byte buffer, int length, INET address, port. So these are the 4 different parameters. So each parameter in detail, buffer means the packet data, offset the packet data offset, length the packet data length, and the address means the destination socket address. So that it means the address to be to which the data is to be sent. the specified address and the specified port. So the constructor to receive the datagram packet, byte buffer, int length. So then the datagram packet parameters, buffer, length, and constructor constructs a datagram packet for receiving the data of length in the byte array buff, so that a new datagram packet is created now. So this can be sent. So we have the third thing is we can send or receive, we can use these two calls in the socket or on the socket object, okay, so that we can send a packet or we can receive a packet. So it also throws socket exception if there is an error in binding with the port number or IP address or whatever. Illegal argument exception if address is not supported by the socket, then that exception will also be raised. Illegal argument exception. So the receive function is like we have the receive function, void receive datagram packet. So we receive a packet. A packet will have a specific size, length, etc. So it will be received the packet, datagram packet, to receive from this socket. So it is associated with the socket, or through a socket only we can receive the packet. Okay, so that this packet is getting into or forming a string, so that we can get the resultant string in the server, whatever you are sending from the client side. So it also throws the exception like socket exception if there is an error in binding, and illegal argument exception if the address is not supported by the socket. So we can summarize the steps of sending and receiving data over UDP as follows. For sending a packet via UDP, we should know four things. The message to send, its length, IP address of destination, port at which destination is listening. So we have all these data with us. So using this, once we know all these things, we can create the socket object for carrying the packets and packets which actually possess the data. Then we invoke send or receive call for actually sending or receiving packets. Extract the packet from the received packet. Extract the data from the received packet. So actually we are receiving the data through the packet only. So here we have to make sure that you run the server program first and then the client one only. So make sure you are in the client console, and from there keep on typing your messages, each followed with a carriage return. Every time you send a message, you will be redirected to the server console depending on your environment settings. If not redirected automatically, switch to server console to make sure all your messages are received. Finally, to terminate the communication, type bye without quotes. Okay, so it's shown within quotes here, and hit enter. So we are just moving through the code of this program. So first of all, we have the client program, then we have the server program. So in the client program, initially we will have the IO exception. So we have to call this. So java.io.io exception. So then net.star. So we have to invoke some of the classes. The first one is datagram packet. Next datagram socket. Then we have inet address to get the IP address of the machine. And there is a util function class, that is scanner, to read the the data from the user. So we have the main program which throws IO exception every time. Okay. Then after that, scanner object is created, new scanner system.in. So you have the parameter as system.in. That means you can read some data from the console. Then we have to create an object of datagram socket. So in UDP we have always datagram socket to create the object. Okay, that is the object instantiation. Then IP address, to get the IP address, local IP address. So inet address dot get localhost. So we have the IP address also. Then byte buffer equal to null. So we are initializing the byte data array to null. So we have to receive the data through as byte only. So then we enter the loop. Then the first data is going to be received as a string input inp sc dot next line, that is scanner object dot next line. So you are reading a data. Then it is received in buffer. Okay, buf, that is the byte buffer. So you get bytes, you are converting it to bytes and you are reading into buffer, and thereafter a datagram packet is created. That means you have all the 4 parameters discussed earlier, so that you have a datagram parameter called dp send. So that is going to be sent from server, client to server. ds is the one which you have already had, datagram socket ds, and you have to send this to the client, to the server. So once you have typed some data, or once you have a hello from here, so it will be sent through dp send through ds as the datagram socket. So initially you will have the packet which is bound to dp send, and then it is sent through ds object, and finally you have a by, so that it will reach the server. So it will break your break, as a result it is going to terminate also. So we'll see the server program. So the same exception, IO exception is there, IO and net packages are there, and the server program is also creating a datagram socket and with the port number, and there is a byte array. So you have to receive the entire data that is to be returned from the client program. So we have a specific data length that is given as 65535 always, and datagram packet is initialized to be null initially. dp receive as and when you are receiving some data, it will be filled, and dp receive, you are receiving something. Now you have receive is there as parameter, and receive dot length is there, and ds dot receive dot dp receive. So you are receiving something from the client, and the server is giving that message that client data of receive. That means whatever is received will be displayed over there. So you are taking that receive into a function of data. Data is actually a function here. It's a string builder. So it's going to build the string, and it's going to give the it is going to display the data over there. And whenever it gets a message by, it's going to terminate. So the by is already sent from the client side, and now you are receiving a by over here, and as and when it sees that particular text, it is going to terminate this loop, and it will come out from the loop, so that the text will be displayed over here. And here you can see the text builder or the string builder, the data function here, and it's going to create the string here as and when each character or each buffer value is getting updated as a byte. Okay, so thereafter you can see the resultant windows of how the data in the server side, whatever you are entering from the client, hello is initially input, that is given here, and next you are giving good evening, so that is also reflected over here. Thank you.